How's it going, everybody? It's Warren, and we have a awesome Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker plot leak today. Now, this plot leak is also sort of a synopsis for Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, and it comes from a company that does surveys for upcoming movies. These surveys are typically done for most movies. In fact, there was one for Avengers Endgame that ended up being very accurate. However, like all leaks, take it with a grain of salt because it is still a leak and may not be accurate. Here is the plot description from the survey about Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker. The ninth and final episode of the Star Wars franchise. A year after the events of the last film, the remaining members of the Resistance desperately seek to topple the consolidated galaxy-wide rule of the First Order. With Kylo Ren having now taken over as Supreme Leader, the Knights of Ren return with the dark side piece he has been searching for, the remaining complete armor of his lineage, Darth Vader. But as he seeks to chart a new path for the First Order to dominate the galaxy, the Resistance attempts one last-ditch effort to topple their iron rule as Poe Dameron is now in charge of the Resistance forces, including his new commanders Finn and Rose, who must travel from planet to planet in hiding while General Leia ventures to the Outer Rim to try and recruit her allies to their cause. But when the Force spirit of Emperor Palpatine soon re-emerges from the shadows where he has been pulling the strings all along, he inhabits the willing body of a young dark side acolyte of Kylo Ren's. And while Rey, who has been on her own mission to translate the ancient Jedi texts in order to ultimately determine the truth about her lineage, soon realizes that her Force connection to Kylo Ren is growing stronger, the two will find themselves forced to team up together in an effort to eliminate the growing influence of the Emperor once and for all. But as the Resistance fighters make their way to the jungle moon of Yavin and amongst the rubble of the previously destroyed Death Star, the Emperor's powers just might be too great as he attempts to spread the powers of the dark side in this grand and epic final climactic battle for the fate of the Force and the entire galaxy. So as you just heard, there are a lot of exciting details in this plot description. Some of this we already know, but some of this we don't know. We know that the Resistance is trying to take down the First Order. We know that Kylo Ren is now the Supreme Leader, and we know that the Knights of Ren are going to be in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. But we did not know that the Knights of Ren have been searching for Darth Vader's armor. This would explain why we haven't seen the Knights of Ren in the first two movies besides a flashback. Kylo Ren sent them on a mission to find a piece of armor of Darth Vader. Kylo already has Darth Vader's helmet, so what else could he possibly want that is of significance? Really, the only item that would probably be any value to him is his lightsaber. Darth Vader lost his lightsaber in the shaft in the Death Star 2 when Luke cut off his hand. However, the Acolytes of the Beyond, who were a group of dark-side radicalists, bought a red lightsaber which they believed to be Darth Vader's. This is very interesting because a part of this plot summary says that Emperor Palpatine will take over the body of a young dark-side acolyte. So perhaps there is a connection here with the Acolytes of the Beyond. Now, Leia is going to recruit some of her allies, so we could see some very familiar faces in The Rise of Skywalker. And while she's gone, Poe is now in charge of the Resistance, which makes sense considering how The Last Jedi ended. And of course, it makes sense that Finn and Rose are his two commanders. Now, the big thing about this plot summary is that Emperor Palpatine comes back as a Force ghost. Now, obviously from the teaser trailer, we know that he comes back, and it has been expected that he comes back as a Force ghost. However, it says that he has been pulling the strings the whole time, which makes you wonder if he has been controlling both Snoke and Kylo Ren the whole entire time, and if he is responsible for the Force connection between Kylo and Rey. After all, Snoke did tell Kylo and Rey that he strengthened the connection between the two of them. So if Snoke was behind the connection between Kylo and Rey, then perhaps Palpatine is behind the connection truly if he was controlling Snoke. But according to this plot summary, it seems like Kylo Ren and Rey find out that Emperor Palpatine is behind everything, and then they team up together to fight him. And it says that Rey has the ancient Jedi text, so she's probably going to be a lot stronger in this film. She may even bust out some ancient Force abilities that we haven't seen on screen or haven't seen in a very long time. Either way, it's going to be super awesome to watch Rey and Kylo Ren fight Emperor Palpatine in Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker. Before you go, I just made a new Twitter and Instagram for my channel if you want to go follow me on social media. And as always, let me know what you think about this new plot leak down in the comments below. And as always, thank you all so much for joining me here at Cosmic Culture.